For now, we get into an insightful exploration of innovation, empowerment, and the future of energy. In the spirit of Women's Month, we're delving into the remarkable journey of these leaders and the significance of Women in Digital Energy Awards. Today, we're privileged to engage in a dialogue with the two exceptional women who are driving transformation in the digital energy landscape. Joining us are Tami Mase, the visionary CEO of Women in Power WIP Invest, and Sibongile Mlambo, the accomplished CFO of the same esteemed organization. A pleasure to have you both in studio this afternoon. I'll start with you, Tami. As the CEO of Women in Power WIP Invest, could you share with us the driving force behind this particular establishment of the organization and its significance in the energy sector?
Well, I will start with the establishment of the organization. First, it was established in 2018, and it was after long years of research in terms of empowerment of women. I was exposed in the energy sector back in 2007 when I was working for South African National Biodiversity Institute, SANBI, here at Kirstenbosch in Cape Town. And that is where I was exposed to scientists who were dealing with the climate change and global warming issues, and that is where I really got so much interest, because I was also expected to come up with some system that would help with the carpooling at the institution, because we had a problem of many cars, many staff members, but we needed to come up with systems that would kind of work through the climate change issues. So it was in the light of that I decided to establish Women in Power, so that I get the women actively participating in the sector as well, because I believe that as women we are builders, and it is our time to take advantage of the energy crisis right now to come up with solutions.
Sibongile, as the CFO of Women in Power WIP Invest, finance plays a very critical role, as you'd know. How do you see the financial landscape evolving, especially in the energy sector?
Yes, as we are in this technologically time, we are already operating in the fifth IR. That's what I believe in. And I also believe that in the very near future, we are going to be having energy as a currency in the country. Not in the country, maybe globally as well.
But maybe in the same light, I mean, Women's Month is also a celebration of achievements that women are making and the contributions that they are offering to various sectors, including the energy sector as well. Speak to us about your own reflections in this regard.
Yes, as we are women in digital energy, we believe in developing and empowering women in the energy sector, not just energy sector, but digital energy. There is a lot of work that needs to be done there. There's a lot of education that needs to happen there, training, mentoring and coaching, because this is something that is new in the country. And so we are seeing ourselves as pioneering this topic, which is new in the country, that we want to see a lot of women, not only in South Africa but continentally, participating in these projects that will be able to make them to be sustainable in having a source of income in the country.
Maybe in the same breath, Tami, the digital energy landscape is evolving, as you'd know. How does Women in Power then respond to some of these needs and also ensure that women are indeed equipped with the necessary skills and the knowledge that they require to thrive in this particular sector?
We might have noticed that throughout the years we have been gathering together, talking about solutions, but what we are currently doing now is we want to act. We want to see women really actively involved, and as a result, from the 24th of May until the 16th of August, we're conducting the Energy Economy Master Classes, which took us about 3 months. So the purpose of these master classes was to educate our women, because we believe that knowledge is very much important. There is nothing we really can do with such little knowledge. We need to know where we're from, we need to know where we're going, and we need to know how to position ourselves in the space of the energy sector.
Sibongile, finance and investment are also seen as very pivotal in driving innovation and growth in the energy sector as well. Could you shed more light on how Women in Power WIP Invest identifies and also supports promising digital energy projects here?
Yes, in the project, what we did as Women in Power, we have developed a an energy tribe fund for the women. We have invited women to come and participate in buying of shares. We are giving them shares so that they can be able to be part and parcel of the organization going forward, so that they can be able to also benefit in the dividends when the time has come, when the dividends are declared. And so we are building this energy fund for all the women so that we can be able to sustain even the project itself.
Leadership as well as a mentorship go hand in hand, as you know. Can you share instances where Women in Power has played a transformative role in also nurturing female leaders in the energy sector?
That's exactly what we are doing right now through the masterclasses. The very purpose of the masterclass is to create leaders in the energy space. And, you know, as women, we know that we have been broken for a long time. We are still broken. And now to be a leader in the brokenness, it also needs not just the courses where the leadership courses, but it also involves the wellness as well. So we have incorporated wellness, health and wellness in the leadership programs that we are offering our women, so that when we really start robustly with the leading phase in the energy sector, then we are all ready, you know, to take on this, because as my partner has just said, this is a very new concept in the energy space, the digital energy space. So we need our queens, our women to be sane and to be ready to take on this pioneering journey.
But I mean, in the same breath, intersectionality is also a very important part of achieving this particular initiative for empowerment. How does Women in Power then ensure this inclusivity, especially for women coming from diverse backgrounds as well?
Yes, inclusion is at the center or at the core of what we're doing, because we have our marginalized pockets of our societies that are neglected. So what we are doing is we are making our opportunities available to every woman in every class or a class of economy. And as my partner just mentioned, through the shareholding, we know that there is no money, you know, so we want to make sure that we support even those who cannot afford by coming up with systems, coming up with packages that are readily available and accessible to every level of our women in the society.
Sibongile, as you know, the energy sector is also very male-dominated as well. I guess to put it simply, or the question to put it simply is, how do we break down these barriers and ensure that more women, especially women of color, are included in this sector?
Yes, as Queen Tami has just mentioned, we are very diverse. We are very diverse. We are inviting all women, as long as you are a woman in South Africa, all of them. We know that we've been excluded for the longest of time to be in the leadership in the country. And so right now, we are, if you are a South African, if you are a woman in this country, in this continent, you are more than welcome to come and participate in the project in this energy space. Not just energy space, but digital energy. And there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, especially, as you have already said, that it's been a male-dominated space, and we are saying, we're asking our kings to just move for now, move for now, and allow us to build so that they can have something that they can lead after we've built, and just support us as women.
But vision, Sis Tami, as well as strategy, often shape an organization's journey. Could you elaborate on what WIP Invest's long-term vision is and how it aligns with the broader goals of sustainable and equitable energy systems here?
Our vision is more aligned with the future. We are very much futuristic in terms of our implementation. We understand that the entire globe is shifting to digital spaces right now, so we are positioning ourselves so that we can be in the forefront of the technology, of innovation, in the energy space. So what we are doing is we are developing systems that talk to that end goal. At the end of the day, we want to see systems developed, we want to see platforms developed that talk to this. I will just make an example. Right now we're in a crisis of load shedding and all of that, and I believe that we are in this crisis because of planning forward. You know, we have failed to really plan ahead. And now that we are getting into the 5th industrial revolution, that is giving us an opportunity to be able to develop systems that talk to the future, in a sense that now we will be able to foresee problems and issues 10 years before those problems start. And that is why we have decided to concentrate on the digital part of the energy, because it's not enough to just install the solar systems and maintain them, but we need to be able to foresee problems before they could happen. And also, with our systems, we have created platforms that will allow us to be able to create digital twins in the metaverse, where we are taking the energy into the metaverse, where we are creating digital twins of our solar farms, where we are able to see the power from generation to transmission to usage, and we are able to control, the data, because big data is a big issue nowadays. So that's our vision. We see ourselves being the go-to institution in terms of research, in terms of policy making, and also in terms of solutions that are global and that talks to the global humanity. So that's basically where we have positioned ourselves in terms of the vision moving forward.
Mrs. Sibongile, as we wrap up our conversation, financial literacy is also very crucial for empowerment. But how do we then ensure that women are not just consumers, but active role players in contributing to the energy sector? Very quickly.
Yes. We are having our first annual awards on the 31st of August in Galaga Estates. And what's going to be happening after that? There will be training and mentoring and coaching, and one of the programs, it is financial literacy, from personal to business financial literacy, to make sure that we empower them before they can take on the projects themselves.
Let me thank you very much for your time. That is Tami Mase as well as Sibongile Mlambo during the Women in Digital Energy Awards event that's set to take place. When we return, we bring you news from further afield. Do stay with us.